Hello, my divinities. Welcome, welcome. I am super excited because it feels like things are shifting, guys. I don't know why. It just does. It feels like something is shifting and I'm very, very happy. But okay, that aside, thank you to everybody who is here as a subscriber. Thank you so much for your support. I'm also very grateful for those of you commenting, reacting, sharing the posts and the videos. Those of you who send stars or donations, that is very appreciated. They are not overlooked. Each one of those things also makes an impact. Just that my subscribers are my MVPs because that's my main source of income right now. So thank you guys. That being said, I felt very drawn to a Divine Feminine deck. This is the Isis Oracle. I'm also going to be using the newer version of the Babylonian Tarot and the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, the mini version. Okay, I will put all of these in the description box below, but in case you can't find that, I'm letting you know ahead of time. So what's the energy for today? What's the message for today? First collective. What's the message for the first collective? What's the message for the first collective? Ooh, Chariot of Ascension, spiritual work of the higher initiate. Okay. So let me find this one because it has a chariot. Here we go. Oh, page 33. 33 might be important to you. Or number 6 might be important to you. So this is a Merkaba. It says, your soul wishes to travel more freely between the dimensions of higher reality. This is to allow for conscious spirit communication, the free flow of soul light into the physical body, and the joining in divine harmony of heaven and earth. Oh, hold on, the candle. I just realized. It's on like the periphery of my vision. Okay. It requires powerful consciousness to do this. The Merkaba, the Chariot of Ascension and Soul Fire, is the spiritual gift to attain these divine purposes now available to you as a high initiate. There are times when the soul becomes ambitious and wishes to live its entire light in conscious oneness with all expressions of its being, including the physical body. It may wish to do so simply because it is the nature of all beings to eventually realize themselves as divine, or because it needs specific new skills to be available to the human expression in the physical body so it can continue with its divine purpose. Those skills might be channeling divine energy or consciousness for healing, traveling easily between the worlds for conscious spirit communication, gaining greater artistic or creative ability because it feels wonderful to create, or any number of other purposes. This oracle brings you guidance that a special spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul reach you more fully. It will be an advanced practice and it will serve you well at this time in your journey to reach the higher levels of capacity and spiritual responsibility that are available to you as a high initiate. Peace to you, beloved. Your spiritual work on this planet is greatly supported. The Chariot of Ascension Oracle also offers you particular sacred teaching from the priestess of high initiates, Lady Isis. This is the practice of the Merkaba, soul vehicle or Chariot of Ascension. This vehicle is an energetic structure of sacred geometry that strengthens and protects you, allowing for your consciousness to travel instantaneously and freely between dimensions and realities without compromising your vibration or damaging your energy bodies. Merkaba is a vehicle of great strength and power and is best used with a heart dedicated in unconditional love and service. It can be used to travel on the inner planes to stars and temples for higher guidance in an instant, as well as to connect with other souls on the inner planes at various levels of evolution. It is recommended that such a practice only be used with permission granted from the soul in question and from a place of love and intention to be of healing service. Merkaba allows you to travel without the usual restraints upon your energy field, but like any powerful practice, there is a wise caution. You will travel and experience what is in your heart. Keep your heart open and clear and do not use Merkaba if you are feeling uncentered, ungrounded, disconnected, or angry. It is a technique to use when you are feeling peaceful and aligned with yourself. At such times, great growth in consciousness is possible for you using Merkaba. The Oracle of the Chariot of Ascension is a gift of high-level spiritual training. Your wisdom in using what you have learned helps you make the most of this sacred gift. This oracle is as much about receiving the training as it is about knowing when to apply it and when to have restraint. The Oracle of the Chariot of Ascension is also confirmation that you are growing spiritually and becoming ready for greater tasks and spiritual responsibilities. If you have been considering taking a step to engage in teaching or healing, in studying or practicing at a higher level, whether spiritually or in your chosen field of profession, you are encouraged to follow your heart and your destiny and be bold. Say yes to yourself. The Chariot of Ascension speaks of rising destinies and success. Okay, well, isn't that lovely? So let's keep this in mind. I'm being drawn to use the same system I was using yesterday with the deck. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Let's get started, my chickadees. Let's see. We start with, King of Swords. Okay. Give me the first row. The first row. The Ace of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, my little OCD just cannot. Okay. Oh, that one went reversed. Ha! The Chariot, and this is the Chariot of Ascension. The Chariot went reversed. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers and the Emperor. Oh. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. This is so fascinating. I swear, I love tarot. Because we're literally talking about the Chariot of Ascension, and then we get the Chariot reversed. But we have two completely different masculines, one on this side, one on this side. This is a King of Swords, somebody who has a lot of emotion for the collective. With the Knight of Pentacles, it might have taken them some time to speak up. It might have taken them some time to express what's on their mind, what's in their heart. But now they're willing to work hard. They want to come in. I think for some of you, this person is coming in quite soon, actually. Remember, the Knight of Swords is about, speaking truth, wanting to research, wanting to find answers. So I think that someone's coming towards you, and I think it's this King of Swords, wanting answers. How do you feel about me? I know how I feel about you. How do you feel about me? However, you're going to have a choice, because we're literally talking about the Chariot of Ascension, and following this, the Chariot is reversed, meaning even if this person cares for you and you may care for them, this is not the person that's going to help you progress. I'm sorry. I know it's going to be a tough message for some of you, because maybe what you were waiting for is for this person to finally show up in full force. And the universe, see, here's the thing though. That was a great connection that was meant to help you grow in some ways, but that one's done. We're moving on, because if you stay with this person, you will not progress. You will not move forward. Remember, it says spiritual work of the higher initiate. Initiation is like the beginning of something. You are about to cross into a new level, and sticking with this person is going to block you. Literally, it's going to stop you in your tracks. How do you move on from that? You choose differently. You wait for an emperor, not just a king. Of course, this is if you're a divine feminine, right? Which I hope you are. If you're here, I'm going to assume you are. I want to know why, though. What's the blockage? Let's look at the Chariot. Tell me about the Chariot reversed. Tell me about the Chariot reversed. Ace of Wands. Eight of Cups. Oh. Three of Wands. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, Nine of Pentacles again. Even here we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine is showing up. Part of what I believe the lesson was between the Divine Feminine and this masculine was helping them step into a place of being self-reliant, being independent. You were supposed to inspire them. Your wisdom, your grace, your divinity. You were fated to meet this person, and y'all were meant to both grow together and then grow apart. This is not someone who's meant to be your lifelong partner. It's interesting because over here they show up with a lot of emotion. This is what they're coming to express. But when we're clarifying, Spirit's like the emotion that they're feeling is lust. That's what they're feeling. They may interpret that as deep emotion, but it's not. Now, we're not going to deny that this person may care for you, that you may be important to them. But with the Eight of Cups, I almost feel like, I know this is going to sound disheartening to some of you, but please think of what Spirit is trying to do, right? Spirit is trying to help you. It's not that Spirit is trying to restrain you from enjoying yourself. Spirit is not trying to cut your happiness off. It's trying to protect you. Now, it's not going to control your actions. You decide what you want to do. Because even if fate and destiny say this is how things were meant to be, we still have free will. You don't have to do anything, okay? So that being said, let's go back to Eight of Cups. If you stay with this person, you will eventually be the one to walk away. Because you will realize that being with them means no growth. This is as far as it was going to go, is what it's basically saying. You'll always be like, oh, when you get to the point where you want to grow, you will eventually walk away from this person because they're not the one for you. It would be a relationship. Like if this is somebody who didn't want to offer a relationship before, yeah, they'll come in offering a relationship now, but it won't last. And you'll be the one to walk away, not them. So, yeah, let's move on. Interesting. Next row. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm human. I have a nose and I needed to blow it. Okay, let's see. See? Seven of Pentacles. Okay. These cards are so slippery. Knight of Wands. Two of Cups. Judgment. King of Cups. Five of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. Wow, with the Devil. Okay. With the World, Four of Cups, Four of Swords. Okay, so I want to preface what I'm about to say by saying that this is not going to be a judgment on anyone, okay? Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad even if you want to choose the king. That's okay. That's okay. Because with the World, this is Saturn energy. Even if you force yourself to go to the Emperor, this is going to be a difficult ascension. This next stage of your life is going to be difficult. So if you're not ready for the next stage, maybe it is best for you to stay with the King of Swords. Because if you force yourself to move forward with the Emperor, you might reject the Emperor himself because he would still need to work on your healing. So This is basically going to be, it's a good barometer of what level of growth you're on. And again, that's not a judgment because everybody's at different levels of growth, right? So think of this, Earth is like a school. What grade you're in doesn't mean that you're better or worse than anybody. It just means that's the grade you're in, right? You can't be looked down upon because, oh, you're barely a freshman. So that's, what are you going to do? Force yourself to go to be a senior when you don't understand anything that's happening in those classes? Do you see what I'm saying? So for those of you who are not American, a freshman means somebody who just got into high school, which are the last 4 years of the public education. And senior is the last year where you're about to graduate and you're able to go to college or university. Okay, so actually college, because universities would make you, anyways. So, so that's what this is talking about. Depending on where you're at, how comfortable you feel. Because for some of you, maybe you are a Queen of Pentacles and you're aware that, look, I'm just, again, calling a spade. We have all been here. So there's no judgment here. With the Devil, you might still be in a place where you've got some really deep-seated tendencies or addictions or desires that you need to work through. And so for you, it is going to feel like bliss coming together with the King of Swords. You're going to feel like this is the one, I'm in love, I'm ready to invest in this person. Now, they're not an emperor, and that's okay, because maybe, again, this is the level you're at, and you're going to work your way through it. So, wonderfully enough, it's not like you're going to deal with some ogre, right? You're going to deal with someone who is passionate about you. You're going to deal with someone who has learned to say the truth. You're going to deal with someone who's learned to open up emotionally. So it's not like you're dealing with some animal or some abusive creature. But that being said, eventually it would most likely fall apart because this is going to be like a temporary connection. It's the grade you're in. So if you are a freshman, this might last 3-4 years, until you graduate. Do you see what I'm saying? So 7 of Pentacles, for some of you, this is the next level. The next level is being in a connection with someone who is ready to invest, someone who's all passionate. They're not a King of Wands, but they are a Knight. So at least they're taking action. They do love you in their way, what they perceive as love. Because remember, it's a lot of lust, but they are showing up as King of Cups. So maybe this is how they express love. Will there be conflict? Yes. Will there be difficulties and stress? Obviously, because you're both still human, right? But eventually you would get to a point where you're like, oh, this isn't really what I wanted. And I had to go through this to be able to get to my own level, to be able to graduate. So don't judge yourself and don't beat yourself up if you don't choose the Emperor, okay? Let's see, next row. Seven of Wands. Hanged Man. Ooh. Page of Wands. I'll straighten them in a little bit. I know, it's driving me crazy too. 2 of Swords. Temperance. Justice. Knight of Cups. What did I say? 8 of Cups. With the 8 of Wands, the Fool, and the Magician. Okay, so you know how sometimes I've made the analogy that living on Earth is not just like a school, it's also like a video game, right? I've used that example multiple times because it is. It's very, very similar. So that being said, the choice you're facing is basically, do you want to move forward in the game on hard mode or easy mode. And again, that is not a judgment. It is not saying like, oh, I'm better than you because I chose hard mode. No, you play the level you're comfortable at. Okay. So I'm saying hard mode because being with an emperor is not going to be easy. An emperor is going to trigger you just like a divine feminine will trigger an unhealed masculine. Somebody who's a divine masculine is going to trigger you. They are going to awaken things in you. There will be moments where you feel inadequate. There will be moments where you feel like maybe you're not good enough for them. Maybe they're this, maybe they don't want you as bad as you want them, etc., etc. You're going to have to work through a lot of insecurities and pain and triggers dealing with an emperor. Dealing with this masculine, you will probably feel, oh, how do I put this? It's easy mode because you'll be the teacher. You won't, I'm not going to say you won't learn from it, but you will realize at some point, which is why I said, look, I told you, 8 of Cups, you will eventually be the one to walk away because you will feel like you are parenting someone else. Now, it's a collective, so it's going to reflect that way in a different manner for everybody. But 7 of Wands, you will be the one that's like, no, I know I'm right, and I will stick to my guns, right? But with the Hanged Man, you will be dealing with somebody who's willing to make sacrifices. They are willing to listen to you. They are willing to grow because they want to look at the world in a different way now. That being said, we still have Page of Wands energy here. So again, there's going to be things about them that bother you, which initially you will be in denial about because they're not a King of Wands. They are a Knight of Wands, and then they shift to the Page of Wands. But I have this feeling that they shift back and forth on the Knight and the Page of Wands. So with the 2 of Swords, I see you being like, oh, it's okay. it's all right. No worries. You put a little blindfold on. Because with Temperance, that's okay. This is where you're at. This is how you make peace with your decisions. This is how you get to a place of self-forgiveness, of honoring your choices. Every decision we make is for our growth, right? Even if we later look at that decision like, well, that was a mistake. No, that was a lesson. As long as you learn from it, it's still a beneficial decision. With the Justice card here, this King of Swords, King of Cups may be somebody who wants to marry you. But I will tell you this, it is also an indication that that is a karmic contract because we have the Devil and the Justice card. So you might suffer less with the King, but emotionally and mentally, I feel like you're going to suffer more. How do I put this? You will feel... I'm trying to think how to word it because I don't want to make it sound like I'm demeaning or diminishing your choices because that's not what I'm doing. It's still going to be a good choice regardless. Either choice is still going to be a good choice because either choice is still going to initiate you into the next level. You're just choosing whether you're going to play the next level on easy or hard mode. And maybe you've been through so much you're not ready for hard mode, and that's okay. That's okay. But I will tell you that you will feel more like you are the one being seen, like they're going to put you on a pedestal because energetically you are stronger than them, probably emotionally or I'm really not sure because it's a collective. So on multiple levels, you will be put on a pedestal by this person. They will look up to you. And if you are working on that and maybe that's something you wanted, then this is going to feel wonderful at the beginning. As you grow, the more you let me give you a personal example. I really don't mean to talk about myself, but I know myself better than anybody else, right? And I know what I've been through. So I had a partner like this. I used to always have a Scorpio Venus in the 5th house, and it's conjunct Mercury at 1 degree. So I need a lot of, it's not need because now through a lot of shadow work, it's not a need, but it's one of my values. It's one of my love languages, words of affirmation. but honestly, I have all five. So I was with a person who would write me poetry, and they were so romantic, and they were so affectionate in a lot of ways, but they put me on a pedestal. They saw me as above them because, I was like totally thrown into my spiritual journey, and they would kind of dabble. They're open enough about it that we could have conversations. They had their own connection to divinity, but it was on a much smaller scale than I did. And it felt great initially. It felt great to be adored. It felt wonderful to be worshipped. But after a while, I realized that my partner was also really, it's like they were terrified of doing anything wrong because they had a lot of fear of abandonment. And at the time I did too. So we were both working through that. And I realized that I was not helping this person because since they put me on this pedestal, they always saw it like, well, of course, this goddess would walk away from me at some point. I couldn't help them grow as much as I wanted to because they didn't see themselves as my equal. They saw themselves as like my servant, not that they worded it that way, but that's the energy they gave off. And I did end up walking away because I want an equal. And it took me time. I had to go through that connection, which has, of course, its beautiful moments and its low moments, like any connection. I think that person is still a wonderful person, but we're just not a good mix. And I had to go through that to walk away, to get to where I am now. So I'm not going to judge you if this is what you pick, because that's understandable. Sometimes we need to go through a connection like this to feel like, no, you know what? I used to want this because I didn't really love myself as much as I hoped I did. And now I've worked on that so much that I need you to love yourself as much as you love me. But again, it's about levels. Don't push yourself to be at a level that you're not ready for yet. So I think this is going to be very much a decision of assessing where you're at and how honest you are with yourself about where you're at. Okay? Because the choice that's coming, it's going to be a beautiful one. Honestly, either choice is going to lead to good results, just different results, if that makes sense. I want to clarify. Let's clarify this Eight of Cups. Oh, no, I just moved them. Okay, let me clarify first. Clarify Eight of Cups. Oh. Look at that. High Priestess reversed. Clarify Eight of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Yeah. Yep. Okay. With the Six of Swords, the Magician, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, because you know what? Maybe we all need to experience a connection like that once in our lifetime, at least. We all need to experience a connection where we are looked up to, where we are adored, we're worshipped, we are treated like, the ground we walk on is sacred. Because that's how that person did treat me. I'm not going to lie about that. They were very attentive in that manner. So that could be something you need to experience to be able to move forward to the next level. Because I do see with the High Priestess reversed here, I do feel like some of you have, either you have certain chakras blocked still, or you have, I shouldn't call them chakras. I'm sorry. If you're from India, please forgive me. I know they're called chakras, but still, I'm so used to saying it the American way. Some of you may have certain chakras blocked. You may not have a full in-depth connection with spirit yet. Like maybe you're still not in tune with your gifts. And that's okay. Because again, that means you're a student. For some, you are at page level. And that's okay when it comes to this. I'm not saying you're always a page, but when it comes to ascension, doing the work of a higher initiate, you may be a page. For others, you may be a knight. For others, you're a queen. And still for others, you are an empress. So it really depends, because as long as your goal is to work towards becoming an empress, you're still progressing. You're still moving forward, okay? You're still, that's why the Six of Swords is the overall energy, because you are still manifesting a relationship that will help you move forward. So this is a good barometer for you to see what your next level will entail. You will choose it. That's the best part. Spirit is not going to choose for you, because this is a test of self-assessment. Where are you at? Where do you trust yourself at? Because this is coming in really fast. Look at all these cards of speed, something that you've been manifesting quite quickly. And the Knight of Swords being the first one was also indicative of speed. So this is coming at you really fast. Only you know where you're going to end up. Okay, so that's what I got for you. I will see you on the second collective. Bye-bye.